So we're here with a new podcast, or kind of a continuation of a podcast. And these guys decided that they were going to switch things up and make a podcast. It's all about finding the best snacks on a budget, which we could all appreciate because things have gotten so expensive these days. But their podcast is all about finding the best snacks you could possibly find with a reasonable price in mind. But they're going to have a little fun in this podcast, go to the store, find some good snacks. They're going to bring it back here, eat things on the show, and let you know what's worth eating, what's worth skipping, and what's worth budgeting for, because with their podcast, it's all about finding the best snacks that you could find. Without further ado, I'm going to pass it on to these guys.
On this first episode of Budget Bites, we are talking about what we're going to buy. Just hang tight. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Budget Bites. This is episode 0 for January 20th. I'm Jaxon, always bringing the best food.
Thanks, Jackson, but you know you're lying. Your food's not that good. It's obvious that I always bring the best food. However, we both love eating, and we both are broke middle school students trying to bring the best food every week. Every week, each one of us is going to bring one food for a guest judge to try and rank. We're going to have a different topic every week. For example, sour one week, then sweet, and the other week, maybe spicy. Jackson, why don't we take a moment and let everyone know about the show and why we started our podcast?
I wanted to start this podcast because me and Chris love food and we like talking about it and eating it.
I wanted to do this podcast because I really like to eat food and talk about food. I'm really passionate, but we always like a good competition.
I'm Jaxon Reiman. I'm in 8th grade and I'm starting this podcast in my content creation class with Mr. Height.
I'm Christopher Grassotti. I'm in the 8th grade. We're doing this podcast in content creation with Mr. Height.
I like to eat food and I have some good ideas about food and good opinions.
I also like to eat food, and I have some better opinions.
Each week, we are going to do a few segments. In this first segment, we are going to talk about the food that we brought today.
For example, we're going to say this week is sour, then we'll explain what we got for that category.
In our second segment, we are going to be trying the food that we brought today. And we are going to be ranking the food combos that we brought.
For example, we'll be trying the food that one of us brought, then explain what it tastes like. Then we'll try the other person's food and explain what it tastes like. And finally, we'll have us rank it, and then the guest judge to find out which one is better. Thank you for hanging out with us as we've laid the plan for our podcast and future episodes. Okay, so Jackson, where can we find us?
You can find us online on Twitter and Instagram with the username @HerrickStudios. You can find this podcast on your favorite app by searching for Herrick Studios. If you would like to leave us a review, please do so on Apple Podcasts. We might read it on the show. That's going to do it for episode 0. We look forward to the next episode. That's going to do it for me and Christopher. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This podcast is a production of Herrick Studios with Mr. Height and Content Creation Foundation's 8th grade elective. The views and opinions expressed in these recordings do not necessarily reflect the views and position of Herrick School District.